we all do really important critical work, but we're also part of spaces that reproduce power imbalances, power dynamics. And so if we're not mindful of how we perpetuate that in our work, we simply end up feeding into a system that we're actually fighting against. So I think it's really important that as practitioners across fields and spectrums and walks of life, that we touch base with each other and allow ourselves that space to reflect on the work that we're doing, how we're doing that work, how we're actually challenging power and building relationships with each other and with participants. Because we say that we're experts in a lot of ways, but we're not really experts. And so how do we continue to learn?
There's a big move now to decolonize university, like academia, to do all this decolonization in government. And it will be tokenism if we do not take the necessary steps to right the relations. And this program is instrumental to that. It gets at the core, I think, of what every other project is, not every other one, but for the general theme is missing. And this is one for me as an Indigenous woman is particularly important because of the high statistics in terms of missing and murdered Indigenous women, the high suicide epidemics. We have young girls, that's increasing. So how do we break this cycle of marginalization and of severe oppression, particularly of Indigenous women? Men too need to heal, but a lot of men, because we've been assimilating to this patriarchal society, are in positions of power. Women, as women and Indigenous women, we don't have that. And so writing the relations is very instrumental in terms of facilitating spaces for Indigenous women to gather and to share a voice that otherwise they would not have the opportunity to share. If anything, they are silenced.
Many reasons. I think we need these connection places. A whole lot of us do this work and feel isolated and alone, and we catch ourselves in this work that is sometimes emotionally dangerous, just having to combat really huge systemic issues in small, big ways. So it's so essential for us to remember that we're not alone doing this. So to literally be around each other, to literally be singing together, to literally be connecting with our pinkies, to be moving in our bodies together for a day, like it's the least that we deserve.
Writing relations has been a journey that I have been on since I joined it. It's something that I was curious about, but it has opened so many doors for me to recognize myself as an immigrant. What is my role in perpetuating the oppression that people before us did, and how we can make it better for everyone, and how can we try to understand the relationship that we are supposed to be living in with the communities who call this place home before everyone else.
One of the things that it's done for the John Humphrey Center is it's allowed us to place a new emphasis and value on building our capacity, building our own capacity. We have done so much work over the years in building the capacity of others. And I think we've looked inwards in the past couple of years and done some kind of soul searching and said, what do we need to grow? What do we need to be better practitioners and to be better helpers? And if we're going to increase other people's capacity, we need to keep growing and learning, and we need to actually place a value on it with our time, with our energy, with our funds, all of those things. And we've grown as an organization because of it. Yeah, writing relations. I love writing relations.